Hello, this is Tina Zinck, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I have some really quick cards to share with you today that are super nice. These are the cards that I made this morning, and I've just changed the colors, so I will show you the stamps that I used. This is a stamp set that you can get free during Sale-a-bration with Stampin' Up! From January 3rd to March 31st, and it is a beautiful, beautiful set. This is one of our new distinctive stamps that are going to be part of a Stampin' Up! Product line. So let me show you how fun it is to put these cards together. So to start, I have a Soft Sky card base, and this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when folded. I have a piece of Whisper White, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have another piece of Whisper White, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5. Yet another piece of Whisper White, and this measures 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. Then I have another piece of Soft Sky cardstock, and this measures 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. So you're going to love how easy it is to put these cards together. So because the stamp set is photopolymer, I'm stamping on my mat, and I'm going to put a piece of computer paper on top of that so I don't get ink. Well, shouldn't matter because I got ink all over it. Now, this is the stamp, and I haven't put my label on it yet. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to put the labels on. So there's a scored line in the center of this label, so I'm just going to peel that off. And then I'm just going to line this up right on top of that label, push it down, and peel it off. Voila! Perfect. I'll do that with one of the sentiments. I'm going to use the Thinking of You. I do prefer the labels on my clear stamps. I know a lot of people like to stamp without the label on because they find they stick to the block better, but I've been showing you in a few of my videos lately that if you just put a little bit of chapstick on your clear block first, it won't come off. It just won't. It's a great tip. So I'm going to show you that right now. So here's my block. Here's my lip balm. Any brand, doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to position this right on my block. And it's really on there. It won't come off. So now I'm grabbing my Soft Sky ink pad. So the amount of ink on your ink pad will determine the clarity of the image of this stamp. So you don't want your ink pad to be too wet with ink. And then just push it down for a second onto your paper. And that's perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful details. This is a gorgeous stamp. Get up again. And I'm just turning my stamp around randomly. And turn it this way. And then I try to stamp it 5 times, even if it's just like a little bit like I'm doing right now in the corner. Not gorgeous? Okay, so we're done with that ink pad. We're going to move this. Actually, we can move all of this. I'm going to use my fast fuse to put this onto my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Whisper White. And then some more fast fuse, and then this is going to go onto the card base. And while I have my fast fuse out, I'm going to put some computer paper on the inside. This just measures 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. So hopefully this is cut so that it fits good. Yes, it does. And just going to position that right on top. And then this is the bit that I'm going to stamp on. So, take my block, a little bit of chapstick. I'm going to use my basic black archival ink. Now, before I stamp this onto my soft sky, I'm going to stamp it on my Stamp-A-Majig. I love my Stamp-A-Majig. It just helps me to make sure I got things straight. And I can tell you right now, I did not put this onto the clear block straight. It's rather crooked, as you can see, but that's all right. I'm just going to position it straight onto my soft sky layer. Put my handle down, ink that up again, and stamp. Perfect. Alright, so now I've got some soft sky ribbon. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive behind it, grabbing a stamping spritzer, and I'm just going to tie this in a knot. I think I cut more ribbon than I really need, but better to be a little bit too long than too short. Okay, pull it into a tight knot, and then I'm going to trim this right in the center. So there's my little bow. And, oh yeah, I definitely cut this too long, but that's okay. Just going to trim it and fold it over. Just like that. And then some stamp dimensionals to put this onto the card. I've got 3. So I did put one onto the ribbon bits. That'll secure them there even more. And that just goes right on top. So this is a very simple but beautiful design for your cards. So I'll show you the other ones I made earlier today. This one was using the crumb cake. This one was using Calypso Coral. And I should mention that this ribbon is also free during Sale-a-bration. It's part of the Shimmer Ribbon Pack, which is absolutely beautiful. This is the powder pink. And I just used my Stamp-A-Majig and stamped the thank you 3 times. I'm not sure if I love that, but I wanted to try it anyhow. So there you go. And then my favorite is the Berry Burst. I am on a huge Berry Burst kick lately. I just, I'm so loving this color. And can you see the detail? Oh my goodness, what a gorgeous stamp. Okay, so I've got a little bit of the ribbon here with that beautiful silver metallic edge. Just made a loop. Get this out of the way there. And then I made another loop, holding it down in the center. Okay. Then I made another loop just a little bit longer. And another loop just a little bit longer. Like that. Okay. Can you see that? Okay, then I took some Whisper White Baker's Twine and I'm going to wrap this right around the center 2 or 3 times. That was 3 times. Make sure that's in the center. Yep, pretty close. Then I'm going to flip it over. I didn't leave much of a tail for me to work with here, but now I'm kind of holding it down with my fingers, the 2 ends there, and I'm just going to tie a very tight knot. Again, kind of holding down the edges, and then that will cinch it together in the center. Okay. Then I'm going to trim this off pretty close. And then all I did is I just moved these out a little bit, kind of played with them, and then position it on the card. And I put a glue dot underneath that white bit and kind of puffed them up a little. And then on here, I actually made the loops about the same size. And I like to use glue dots underneath my bows just to kind of hold them into place. So that's how I did that. These cards are so fast to make, and if you need a card in a hurry, I really recommend using this layout. It's also a great way to use up your little scrap pieces of cardstock that you have lying around that are a bit small. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Happy stamping.